A vegan diet doesn't make any sense. I live carnivore and eat only one cow per year. A cow that lives on pasture and eats only grass that is indigestible to humans. This way, I only cause the death of one living being per year. Vegans kill way more animals because for their diet, animals like mice, insects, birds, or reptiles die during planting, plowing, harvesting, or from pesticides. Nice try. The one cow per year argument might sound idyllic and logical when you look at individual cases in isolation. But as soon as you include the reality of a society or the whole world, it completely falls apart. If you live this lifestyle and you're happy with it and it works for you, congratulations. But in this video, I will explain to you why it's an illusion. But first, a grown cow around 550 kilograms provides about 2 to 350 kilograms of usable mass. That's enough at average meat consumption for about one person per year. If 8 billion people wanted to live like this, we need 8 billion cows at the same time. That would require hundreds of millions of square kilometers of pasture land. For comparison, the total land area of Earth is about 150 million square kilometers, and only part of it is even usable. Mathematically impossible. Even if cows only ate grass, they would still occupy gigantic areas that could otherwise be forests, savannas, wetlands, or meadows, or used for direct food cultivation. But forests and wild habitats are essential for biodiversity, the survival of wild animals, and the health of this planet. You simply couldn't feed the world with pasture cows without massive ecological destruction. Oh wait, that's already reality. To save space, this mass of cows would have to be kept in tight spaces. All right, that's already happening. And they would have to be fed, cultivated feed like corn, soy, grass, hay, silage. And a cow needs much more food than a human. For this huge amount of feed, many animals would also indirectly die during cultivation and harvest, far more than if the same land were used directly for plant-based nutrition. But wait, that's already happening too. So if you want to live off one cow, that means you have indirectly caused far more plants and with them far more unintended animal deaths than a vegan who ate those plants directly. One cow equals one life is really an illusion. Even if someone ate only one cow per year, they wouldn't automatically stop consuming other foods. Milk, cheese, butter, eggs, fish, vegetables, fruit, bread. You and your bread addiction. Most people want variety in their diet. The just one cow scenario is an unrealistic, theoretical minimum that hardly anyone actually lives. And even if you personally say, I eat only one cow per year, you are still embedded in a system that breeds, transports, and slaughters millions of cows, produces feed, runs slaughter and processing infrastructure. This system doesn't live off individual idealists. It's driven by mass consumption. You cannot look at one cow separately from the billions of others. Veganism also gets rid of this cow system. A cow is a highly social, intelligent animal that in factory farming and often even in pasture farming suffers physically and psychologically for years. Cramped conditions, calf separation, procedures like dehorning, transport, slaughter. The death of a cow is not just another death. It's the end of a complex living being with advanced awareness. If you compare that with the unintended death of field mice or insects, the ethical weight is entirely different. A single cow's death weighs more heavily ethically than many unintended insect or rodent deaths. Supporters say, though, cows use land that we couldn't use for farming anyway. But many grazing lands could be reforested and give wild animals back their habitat. Even extensive pastures often require maintenance, like mowing, fertilizing, draining, which interferes with nature. Forests or rewilded areas are ecologically far more valuable than pasture land. Unproductive land is a myth. There are even studies supporting this, like this one here. Boom, 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 boom. And no, studies aren't perfect. I've already destroyed science and studies in another video. Watch it. But what I'm saying is, purely logically, the 1 cow per year theory makes no sense. And there are even scientific investigations on it. And I don't want to say that everyone has to stop eating animal products right now. There are good reasons to consume animal products. And those are actually only one good reason, and that is your health. But that doesn't mean animals have to be exploited and tortured in such massive numbers. And above all, have you tried a vegan diet? No? Then how do you know you need animal products to stay healthy? There are so many people who are incredibly healthy on a fully plant-based diet. So try it out. I can help you. I was vegan for 10 years and saved countless lives. But if you don't care about your health anyways, then don't drag others into it and leave the animals alone. They did nothing to you. Your junk food, you can get that in a vegan version too. And that's it. In the next video, I will explain how you, as a vegan, can adjust your veganism not only to avoid direct animal deaths, but even to minimize or completely avoid indirect ones. And also boost your nutrient intake to a high level to stay healthy, to become your best version. And once again, I just saved your life. From today, I'm your guru. So follow for more.